Greetings, my fellow subscribers and YouTubers and everybody who's watching. As you can tell, it's been a minute since I've been on. I left off at Life Path Master number 11, and then I had a few things come up, and I wasn't able to make the rest of the Life Path videos, but I'm here now. My hair has grown once again. It's back at that awkward stage where it's like, I want to grow, but I'm kind of short, so where do I go? We're back here though with a Life Path 22. Before I start this video, I want to thank every single one of you guys that have been commenting, liking, and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you guys, and every time I read a new comment, I get so excited because it's just a nice feeling, to know that somebody's watching you and getting something from what you're saying. It's an amazing feeling, actually. I can't even describe it. So thank you guys so much for that once again. So let's get to this 22. 22 is the Master Builder. And what's actually interesting is that my first name added up is 22. Now, 22 22s are manifestors. They can literally make something happen like this if they want to. Everybody that has that power doesn't use it the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that has that power doesn't even know sometimes that they have that power. They can reach great heights of power in the world. Now, if you go watch my Life Path 2, you will get a gist of what 2 is. And if you go watch my Life Path 4, you'll get a gist of what the lower vibration of 22 is. Because the thing is, when 22 is added up, it equals 4, right? Now, a lot of people that are Life Path 22s don't live up to the 22 potential, and they stay at that 4 vibration, and then other people, they do reach it and they go on and off, which is normal. As a master number, if you go on and off, that's just how you learn. That's how you figure out yourself and your journey, and it's okay. It's okay to. Now, let's say you watch the 4 and you know about 4. You know that 4 is law. You know that 4 is structure. It's order, it's reason, and it's logic. 4 is where everything starts to make sense. Okay? You know that about 4. Let's think about it as the 4 seasons. The 4 elements. It's 4 is just where things start to have order and structure in them. Think about a square. It has 4 sides to it. And if you look at the actual number 4, it's straight lines. When numbers have straight lines, it stands for principle, It's straight. Think about 1. 1 is just 1. It's the leader. 7 is 2 straight lines. And when a number has these straight lines, it's considered more sacred in numerology. You know that the earth was formed on the 4th day. 4 formation. You form something. It connects. It all makes sense. Now, let's say you know all of this about 4. Now, 22 is the master number, right? If you know about 2, right? If we go back to 2, it's the merger, right? You understand people. 2 is the moon. 2 rules the moon in numerology. Now, this is double the moon. You are able to understand others. You are very intuitive and psychic, and you are in tune with others' emotions. Very much so. So much to the point where, usually to build what you do as a 22 Life Path master number, it's through the people that you've connected with, and that's your advantage as a Life Path 22. We all know, and I've said this before, that life path master numbers are late bloomers. They usually go through a lot of trial and errors in their life and a lot of experiences to learn about themselves. Let's say, in the case that you do know that you're life path 22, now you're more guided and you understand that the things that you do go through, the things that you do experience, are meant to happen, and you're meant to bloom later. We know, as I said earlier, that 2 is a very harmonious kind of energy. So through harmony with others is where you get the chance to create. You have to learn to harness your gifts in order to build what you want to, and create what you want to, and manifest what you want to. 22 really stands for the greater good. 22s always have this strong desire to succeed. I feel like every life path 22 knows that they have the power to make whatever they can of what they have through the people that they know mostly. It's an advantage that you have as a 22, and you should know that. You're that person that solves problems that others believe can't be solved. You prove to people that you can do it. And you do it in such a natural way. It's like you're naturally inclined to just solve these problems. You're naturally inclined to know the answers and know what to do, when to do it, where to do it, in order to create better. Depending on if you're a negative or a positive 22, because as I always say, there's always a negative and a positive to a number. So, and especially if you're a master number, it comes even more intensely. If you're a negative 22, you can use that to create bad. You can build jails, like that's the type, like you can build what's it called, the shit that Hitler was building. I don't know if he used a 22, but I wouldn't doubt it. Probably a master number in his birthday or somewhere, and he used it in a wrong way. It's this power. It's power can, as much as power can be used in a good way to create good, a better good, it can also be used to create horrible scenarios that you wouldn't want, the world wouldn't want. As a 22, right, 2 plus 2 equals 4, and we know that 4s are hardworking people. We know that 4s always like to solve problems and find answers to find solutions to everything, really. Now, as a 22, you can dissect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, because 22, like I said, 2 is the moon. 2 is the moon. That's double the moon. Intuition, that's your waters. That's your psychic. That double moon energy, you can be looked up to as being able to direct others, and manage others. But always be careful of not to abuse of this power, because you can overwork other people if you want to, overexploit other people if you want to, and that's something that you don't want to do. You always have to make sure, okay, this is enough. Okay, have to know when it's enough. Especially overworking yourself can create an emotional blockage within yourself. Okay, you don't want to do this to yourself either. Don't overwork yourself. But do know that you have the potential to create mass change and mass power and wealth worldwide. As a 22, your opinions and the way that you see things, your wisdom, your intellect, your knowledge is very potent. And you are able to use it in practical ways, practical, material ways. material gains. If we refer back to astrological terms, the second sign we know is Taurus. We also know that the fourth sign is Cancer. Now, with this in mind, right, we know that life path 22s have this fixed, set kind of mentality, and all their friendships with others and relationship with others are very solid and firm and set and concrete. That's just how they are. How they express themselves is just naturally that way. And then at the same time, it's intuitive. You see why. 4 is Cancer. 2 plus 2 is 4. The fourth sign is Cancer. So you have this set, fixed mentality joined with intuition and psychic abilities that, if used correctly and if acknowledged together, come on, like this is a master number. You know you have great abilities to reach great extents of power. Through that, you become very secure in what you know, believe, and do. And this is why I love 22s. I really love 22s because I just love how dedicated and straightforward they can be. And how when they want something, they'll get it. They'll get what they want. Now, if we talk about, generalizing everything, it's like everybody can get what they want. We know this. You can do whatever you set your mind to. You can literally change your appearance if you really, really wanted to. You can turn into something else if you really, really wanted to. You can do a lot of things that people consider fiction, false. You can do this. We know that any human being can do this. Now, the thing with the 22 is that it is way more amplified, but it's so nicely, like, I don't know how to really explain this, because like I feel the energies of the 22, and sometimes I can't even really put it into words. I just understand it in my head, and I just see, like, right now, for example, if I tell you what I see right now, I see a person hugging and giving handshakes to so many people, and looking at them, reading them, and then they both smile at each other, and they're like, yeah, I get it, I know, I know. That's the 22, like, I know what you feel, I know that this is like this, and this is gonna be like this soon, right? Like, I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna create this, and this is what the world is going to go off of, and we're gonna help, because I want to help. 22s want to help as much as they can, and if they have to make a school to teach others the right ways of living, anything really, they can do it. Schools, facilities, big industries, that's all the 22, where the 22 belongs. They're able to make and create laws and policies and all of that kind of stuff because they know what the person needs. Now, if you go back to my life path 2, like I said, the 2 knows what the person needs. The 2 is right behind that, helping that 1, the leader. And the 2 is giving them the resources that they need. Now, the 22 is literally using the resources that they know they need to create the change that they know the world needs, and to teach the untaught and the hidden things that they know the world needs to relearn. That's the 22, relating to others is something that is not they're naturally inclined to. Relating to others is way more potent than a life path 2. The negative aspect of this number, if it gets to the extremes, this person can be very superficial, extravagant with their money and their material gains, and use it in not a beneficial way to others, for others. Be careful to not overindulge as a 22, because you can. Then it can be very easy to fall into that trap, Don't trap yourself. The power you have on your hands is so immense. Use it in the right way. Use it to create change, because you could do it. You have the ability to do it. You can tell a lot of this number's vibrations and frequency through figuring out what tarot card is assigned to this number. Now, I know everybody's not into tarot cards, and that's a whole other conversation for a whole other time. I personally use tarot cards for my own spiritual guidance and for others too. And yeah, that's that. So the 22 is assigned to the Fool in tarot. Now, if you know the Fool in tarot, you should go search up the image of the Fool. If you're at Life Path 22, go look up the Fool and go look up its meaning, because that is the vibration that you can relate to as a 22 life path master number. It's interesting because the Fool is the 22nd card. Now, if you know tarot, you know that from key 1 to key 22 is the major arcana, right? Then the minor arcana starts with key 23. It doesn't start with key 22. Now, what is key 22? That's 0. That is the cycle. 22 is an ancient symbol for a cycle, for 0. The Fool is considered key 0 as well as key 22. Now, this can be a little confusing, but once you get it, you get it. It'll get to you. Like, you'll be like, wow, okay, I really get it. So, being that 0, that cycle, right? 0. Key 0. This is where the life force enters its new phase. It begins all over again. It's the before and after. That point, that's that. That's why 22 is considered the manifester, the master builder, because this is where you start all over again and you go into that cycle again. And then you enter again and then you start again. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of transformation going on here, because you're the beginning of where it starts and the end of where it ends. Okay? This is the key card, tarot card, that is right before the minor arcana starts. Now, having this in mind, we now know that this key 0, key 22 tarot card is the life force before entering manifestation. If you know about the Fool card, you know that this is the step that the Fool takes. One more step for its potential to manifest. If you start the major arcana, right, key 1, the first tarot card, you go all the way to the end of the major arcana. You're going to come across the Fool, right? The Fool is that last step to manifesting what you want. But guess what? The Fool is also the first step into starting all over again. It is a very strong number, a very strong tarot card. And if you want to look into more of it, please look up the tarot card, the Fool. Okay, and you can even look up its the signs and astrological correspondences that are associated with that card. And you can uncover way more. You're probably the sign that that card represents. So that's how everything connects in numbers. That's how everything is. Especially if that's your life path number. It's like saying, oh, I'm a life path. It's like somebody telling me, I'm a life path 1. And I'm just like, are you an Aries? Because that's the first sign and it could be linked to what you are. Or that's me saying also, are you a Leo? Because the number 1 rules the sun. And the sun in astrology rules Leo. You know, that's how you link things, that's how you connect things together through numbers. And it's so amazing once you really start to delve deep into all of this. And that's why I'm excited to keep teaching you guys this and learning myself, you know, and yeah. We also know that 4 rules Uranus in numerology. So that can link to your sign, being that Uranus rules Aquarius. You could be an Aquarius under this life path number. You could be a Cancer. Cancer is the 4th sign. You know? You could be a Taurus. Taurus is the 2nd sign. It's tricky. You could be number 2 also, like I said earlier, it rules the moon. That rules Cancer. Cancer again comes up. So you can have this present in your natal chart. You don't necessarily have to be that sun sign. You could have a stellium in that sign and have a sun sign in Sagittarius. You know, it doesn't always have to, it could apply in many different ways. Also remember, guys, that everything that I'm saying right now may not apply 100% to you, even if this is your life path number. Why? Because you have a whole natal chart, you have a whole name, you have so many other things to look at. Not just your birthday. Even though there's a lot within your birthday, yes, you can uncode a lot from that, but you can also uncode a lot from your name. You can also encode a lot from your natal chart. Okay, and for those who don't know yet, I will be talking about the planets and astrological meanings and all of that, so you guys can get to know your own chart better and learn how to read it better and interpret it better. So yeah, don't worry if you don't relate to this fully, or if you feel like this is not really you, because there's so much more to you. This is just a piece of you. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there and keep that in mind. Okay, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys got something and learned something from this, and use it to your benefit, however you feel like it, and go from what you've learned here and wherever you decide to go from here with this information. And thank you guys so much for watching once again. I'll never get tired of saying that. Literally. Thank you. Once again. And stay tuned for Life Path 33. That will be next. Ashe. Bye, guys.